Hi there, my name's Ali. If you haven't been here before, I'm a mum of 4 and we live by the sea in Wales, and I share videos about parenting, lifestyle, recipes, all things like that. And today I'm going to share with you a Easter recipe which is for vegan shortbread Easter cookies. That sounds like a bit long-worded, but they're basically like Easter shaped shortbread biscuits that are vegan, because I'm a vegan and my youngest is a vegan. My other children are vegetarian, so most of our baking in the house, actually most of our cooking is vegan. So if you're into vegan recipes, there are a few on this channel, and I also have a vegan blog called wemadethisvegan.com, so do go and check that out too. So yeah, this recipe is super easy. It's a really great one to make with the kids. I'm going to make the biscuits and the kids are going to help me decorate, but they can easily help you make the biscuits too. It's just that they're upstairs playing and they don't want to make biscuits with me today. So you literally need 4 ingredients for this. Plain flour, caster sugar, vanilla extract, and a dairy-free butter. So I'm going to use Vitalite, but you can use whatever you prefer. So the first thing we're going to do is cream the butter and the sugar together. So I've got my stand mixer here, which is what I use, and I'm going to weigh out the ingredients. So we need 200 grams of butter, vegan butter. I'm going to sift the sugar in, only because the sugar has gone clumpy, so I need to make it obviously not lumpy, otherwise I would just pour sugar in. So you need 100 grams of caster sugar. So I'm going to cream those together now. Then next I'm going to add vanilla extract. We need 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I would always recommend buying a really good quality vanilla extract. Don't go for the vanilla essence. It's actually quite pricey now, vanilla extract, but it does go a long way and I use a lot of it in baking. So normally I actually buy the big bottle from Costco. So we've got vanilla extract in there, and then we're going to add the flour. And we need 300 grams of plain flour. And we just mix that up together. Now it should form a nice dough. You might need to get in there with your hands. I don't know if you can see that, but it's starting to form a dough. You don't want this dough to be too wet because you want quite crumbly shortbread biscuits. Right, there we have it. We have a nice little ball of dough there. What I'm going to do is pop that in a Ziploc bag and put it in the fridge for 30 minutes just so it can firm up before we roll it out to cut the biscuits. The reason why I'm putting it in a bag is because I wash these bags out and reuse them because I'm trying to be zero waste. You could wrap it in cling film, but I try not to use cling film because it's harder to reuse. You could wrap it in a beeswax wrap, I guess. I haven't tried that. I don't know if it would stick. Yeah, I'm just going to pop that in the fridge for 30 minutes. So my dough has been in the fridge for 30 minutes to firm up, so it's nice and cold. Now I'm going to roll it out. So I'm going to flour my surface on my rolling pin and roll it out till it's about ½ centimetre thick. rolled out, you'll want to use some cookie cutters to cut it into whatever shapes you like. I thought I had a bunny cookie cutter, but I can't find it. But I've got an Easter egg shaped one, and I've got a round one, and I've got like a flower shaped one, so I'm going to use those. Once they're cut out, you can probably see just about how thick they are there. I don't know if that's going to come out on camera. Once they're cut out, I'm going to put them on a baking sheet. I have a silicone baking sheet. If you don't have one of those, put some grease-proof paper on a flat baking sheet. And you'll also want to preheat your oven to 140 degrees Fahrenheit if it's a fan oven, or 160 if it's not a fan oven. Now these don't expand really when you cook them, so you can squash them up quite well on your baking sheet. So here they are, all laid out on my silicone baking sheet. I'm going to pop them in the oven now for 10 to 12 minutes. I'm just going to keep an eye on them. I want them to be cooked through, but I don't want them to go brown. Now, if you have got any dough left over, if you haven't got a huge family like mine and you don't want to make 3 million biscuits, this doesn't make too many actually, but if you did want to save half your dough, you can pop it back in your Ziploc bag and pop it in the fridge for a couple of days. And I believe you can freeze it, but I haven't tried it. So if you try freezing it, let me know how it works out. But you can definitely put it back in the fridge for a couple of days. So these are the ones that have come out of the oven. As you can see, they've just started to turn brown on the edges, so I probably should have taken them out like 2 minutes earlier than this. But they're nicely done. So I'm just going to put those on a wire rack to cool, and they need to be completely cool before we ice them. Hello again, I've got a little one awake from his nap now. So the biscuits are in the oven, and I'm going to quickly make the icing so that the kids can decorate them when they're done. So I've got a sieve. All I need is some icing sugar and some water, and we've got some sprinkles to decorate them with. So I'm going to weigh out 100 grams of icing sugar. You want to make sure you pass this through a sieve so it's not lumpy. Maybe he's trying to escape. Aren't you? Are you trying to escape? I might have to feed you another cracker. As you can see, it's a little bit of a challenge working with babies. But this is how I do a lot of my cooking. I strap him to the sling because he's now toddling around, and if he won't sit in his high chair or in his playpen, it's not very safe while I've got the oven on to have him toddling around. He tends to come in the kitchen where I'm cooking, just basically in the wrong place. Do you want those? So I think the safest thing sometimes is just to strap him to me. I should really work out how to strap him to my back, and then he wouldn't be in my way. But for now, this is how we're doing it. So that's sifted in there, and now we just add a few teaspoons of water to get it to the right consistency. So this isn't hot water, I'm just pouring it from the kettle just because that's easier. It's like water in a device that's pourable. So you don't need much water at all, just literally a couple of teaspoons. Less is more because it can go runny really quickly. And you can add food colouring to this to make it different colours. So if you're making Easter biscuits, like use pastel colours. I'm going to keep it white just because then the sprinkles show up well. And now it's time for the kids to decorate them.